Now, you'll see my video, which actually been doing quite well with the viewers, about the false flag in Paris. This ties right in with that. This is from citynews.ca for Canada. Canadian man finds himself falsely identified as Paris terrorist. First, I'd like to share this, what I'm looking at with you real quick, if you don't mind. On the left side is the photoshopped version of him. On the right side is the real picture of him. So they changed this little tablet in his hand to be I guess a Quran or something. And over here, he's wearing a suicide vest of some sort or whatever, some kind of, or which, I mean, if you look at it, it just looks like a military type vest with a lot of sleeves or pockets for like ammo clips or whatever, but could absolutely be a suicide vest too. And if you look at this, someone spent some time photoshopping this. And if this started getting handed out as a credible news item and the news stations were running with it, who exactly did it? Because this is supposed to be a Paris terrorist person. One of the guys that did the Paris attacks. Paris attacks. Toronto, a Canadian man. Let me try speaking in not a sheep-like language. Toronto, a Canadian man is defending his name and reputation after he was falsely depicted as one of the masterminds of Friday's deadly attacks in Paris. Virender Jubal took to Twitter after an altered photo of him began surfacing in international media with captions identifying him as a terrorist. A Spanish newspaper called La Razón, which sounds more French than Spanish, excuse me, has since apologized for running the doctored picture. Sorry about that. They caught on. Time to apologize. If they don't catch on, they ain't nothing to apologize about. We took this photo at face value, said it was a terrorist, and ran with the story. Right? So it's whatever we want it to be until proven otherwise. The original image of Jubal was a selfie that showed him posing in his bathroom with the iPad in his hand that was used to take the photograph. But it was manipulated to show him wearing a suicide vest and holding a Quran. Jubal tweeted that the image had made its way onto the front page of La Razón with a caption identifying him as one of the suicide bombers that stormed the French capital on Friday, killing at least 129 people and injuring scores of others. He says it wasn't long before people around the world, including family members in India, had seen the image and reached out to let him know about it. In addition to defending his name, he also criticized the photoshoppers for mistaking a Sikh for a member of the Islamic State, which has claimed responsibility for the coordinated attacks in Paris. Quote, engaging this entire incident, millions upon millions of people have seen the photoshopped images and have placed me as a terrorist, he tweeted, adding the strange situation has him pondering suing newspapers that published the altered image. Now, naturally, if you're a newspaper, if you're a company, news agency that owns a newspaper, whatever it may be, and you use a picture like this, you got that picture from somewhere. So if you sue somebody, you can find out where did you get the picture from. Okay, find them. Where did you get the picture from? Of course, they're going to say, we found it on some random website. We don't remember. We don't remember where. Sorry. I'd like to help you. The case highlights how vulnerable today's online citizens are, said Melanie Dodaro, a Kelowna, British Columbian-based social media consultant. Even non-controversial content can become dangerous in the wrong hands, she pointed out. The internet's the wild, wild west. Ooh, the internet. The Wild Wild West. Where's Jesse James? His band of cohorts. There are not a lot of things you can do to protect yourself. What can I do to protect myself? I'm in my laundry room. There's 2 big washer and dryers behind me, and the door's closed. My wife's next to me playing with the kids on Minecraft. There's not a whole lot I can do to protect myself. I'll just keep reading. Jabal retweeted messages of support that decry the picture's potential consequences. Quote, portraying Jabal as a terrorist puts his life at risk, ruins his reputation. This is online terrorism, wrote one Twitter user. Yeah. And you want to know who the real terrorists are that are doing stuff like this? Let me show you. I showed you this yesterday. Showed it to you yesterday. Show it to you again. Give me 1 second. Oh, there it is. There she is. Alex Israel, former classmate of Adam Lanza, the shooter in Sandy Hook, 2012. Up 2 years later, Katie Foley, James Foley, the beheaded guy from ISIS, his sister and his other brother. Huh. You don't say. Those people are who the real terrorists are. Who put all this stuff together, and notice where they are. CNN, the Khan news network. And of course they go on this live Katie Couric show, and the girl down there is cracking up laughing hysterically at times about her recent brother's brutal murder beheading. I did a video on it. I'm not even going to cover it again now. But back to the old story. Quote, as a white European living in England, should I worry that I have recently grown a beard? Another Twitter user asked. Other tweets documented some of the backlash that came his way after the picture first surfaced. Can't believe people told Jabal one way of avoiding being photoshopped to look like a terrorist is not to post selfies online. Right. Think about this. Who would really do such a thing? Take somebody else's picture and strap a fake suicide vest on them in a Quran. Who would do that? Some kids online in the Wild Wild West internet? Or some intelligence agencies and the club's news networks grasping at anything to put on there. And if you want to know another one to look up, just type in Noah Posner, Sandy Hook, Peshawar, Pakistan school massacre. And you will see both incidents have the same little kid dead at both. And both of them used the same exact image. And they ran with that news story. It made international media. It was everywhere. They had banners posting on the wall while the news agencies are walking, the people, the correspondents are walking by talking about this brutal incident that just happened. They've got them right in the background. Lady at the podium talking about how bad it was. All 6 or 7 kids are right there, right under her left hand as she's holding on to the thing speaking. It's right there. Did someone not notice? Oh, excuse me, that kid died 2 years ago in America, and you've changed his name to a Middle Eastern name. It's not even him. Oh, we think... I said, you know what? I'm going to go to Snopes, because I know Snopes used to have a history of, or we thought was a trustworthy source. It ain't trustworthy. But I said, you know what? I wonder what Snopes would say about that one with Noah Posner. And I'm going to read it to you real quick. Snopes, Noah Posner. Snopes, Sandy Hook shooting victim Noah Posner. Okay. Claim. Sandy Hook shooting victim Noah Posner was pictured among those killed during a December 2014 attack on a school in Pakistan. Which again, The other school shooting was December 2012. Examples, whatever, email. I have not subscribed to any of the idiocy of the Sandy Hook's conspiracy theorists, but this one is genuinely bizarre, he says, from Snopes. Noah Posner. There is a photo and a series of related photos showing him in the same clothing posted on his official Facebook page. It is definitely the same child shown over and over again in other photos on the page. The same exact photo appears in multiple sources related to the Peshawar, Pakistan school massacre, allegedly depicting a victim of the depicting a victim of the massacre. It is unmistakably, undeniably the same photo. Origins. And on December 16, 2014, 145 people were killed in an ambush attack on Army Public School in Peshawar, Pakistan. Among the victims were 132, ranging in age from 8 to 18, and the tragedy was reported upon widely across the world. Of course, you only got to see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's that number 7, pictures. 132 people, children dead, allegedly, but only 7 pictures of the kids made it out. Okay? That's in and of itself a little odd, right? In late 2014, a curious photograph ostensibly snapped after the Peshawar massacre began to circulate. In the picture, captioned above, a woman standing vigil for the victims of the 2014 attack appeared to be holding an image of a smiling boy. The image was instantly recognizable to many as the well-known face of Noah Posner, 6, a victim of the December 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. 20 children and 6 teachers were killed at Sandy Hook Elementary, allegedly. During the course of that event, like the tragedy in Peshawar, deeply upset people across the world. In the aftermath of the 2012 massacre, several conspiracy theories emerged, either claiming the murders did not occur in the way they reported, or the event was wholly fabricated as a false flag attack. Nah, not necessarily a false flag, Snopes, but a genuine hoax. Initially, the conspiracies orbited a larger concern that strict gun control laws would be introduced. And strangely enough, they tried to do that. Spurred by the widespread grief that ensued from Sandy Hook. Even when the predictions of a gun grab did not come to pass, well, actually it did. They've trying and they're continue trying. And they're doing bike rides for gun control and charities for gun control based off that incident, including people that were involved in that incident. So actually, yeah, that is true. The conspiracy theories inspired by the fear of it failed to abate. When the above displayed image began to circulate, many of what have come to be known as Sandy Hook truthers believed it was further evidence of a nefarious conspiracy of unexplained origins was at work. Why else would a woman in Pakistan be displaying a picture of Noah Posner at a vigil for slain Pakistani students who were killed 2 years after he was? One particularly callous iteration of the claim approached the quandary as if individuals with eyes and the ability to process visual information could not see for themselves. The identical picture was used by the woman in Pakistan. In fact, the second explanation... Okay, so a number of explanations might apply to this puzzling photograph. The first is that an image of Posner was mistakenly included in the vigil by someone who turned up his picture while performing an online search using a term such as December School Massacre to find photos of those killed in Peshawar, and did not recognize his face because he had dark hair and facial features not unlike those of the victims of Peshawar in another Middle Eastern type. Another is that his image was deliberately included by mourners as a homage in order to publicly link multiple incidences of young innocent victims losing their lives in senseless school shootings abroad. A third is that a massive worldwide cabal colluded to perpetuate or falsify the murders of more than 150 students and teachers, collectively spanning the globe from Connecticut to Pakistan, and the puppeteers of this conspiracy were so inept that they failed the basic task of obtaining novel images to assign to each of the victims of the violent acts. In fact, the second explanation offered above appears to be what happened, according to Snopes. On the day of the Peshawar incident, a Pakistani woman created a collage of photographs of young people killed in school shootings and posted it to Facebook with the caption, "They went to school and never came back." Excuse me, Snopes. All of the pictures posted are from the Peshawar school incident, minus the one of Noah Posner. So if there were multiple school shootings and you wanted to go globally and grab pictures from each of these incidents, why didn't you do that? Why do you have all of them from this school and then one single one allegedly from the same school being taken from Sandy Hook? And again, they gave the kid a name. So while Snopes puts that little bit of spin on there, Snopes, they gave the kid a name, and it's a Middle Eastern name. Who put that together? Bottom line is, Snopes could not deny this one, and that's the best they could do to debunk it. As I've mentioned, I did a video on this when it happened, and not too long after I uploaded the video, YouTube takedown notice, copyright infringement. Okay, what? The Honor Network, HONR. Oh, that's Lenny Posner's group. Huh. What's the item in question? Brown leather jacket. Or brown jacket, I think it said. So the brown jacket that I just showed a picture, a single picture to show everybody. Here's Sandy Hook kid. Here's the Peshawar incident kid. Same picture. Under the fair use clause of copyright law, that is absolutely positively acceptable. You are allowed to show other people's works for news stories, coverage, to talk about it, whatever it may be. I didn't use multiple photos of theirs. I used a single photo that I got off of some other website that was covering the story of the shooting. I replied back, this is covered under fair use. Explained why. Sorry. Matter of fact, YouTube gave me my answer as the political game show host. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You lose. Honor Network wins. So I got a bad check mark on my YouTube account that lasts 6 months. And if you get 3 bad check marks in a 6-month period, your account could be banned. Alex Jones covered the same thing. They went after him too. There ain't a single YouTube video, at least at that time, that covered it and wasn't taken down. So this story is still posted on my website, Realist News, somewhere. I didn't sticky it forever, but it's somewhere on there. Like I found today, there's other numerous sites that talk about the same thing. Matter of fact, even Snopes used the same picture that I used. Actually, almost identical. Got the lady in the background with the picture under the thing. Why isn't Lenny Posner bothering Snopes? Because he knows he doesn't stand a chance in any kind of frivolous copyright suit. It's nonsense. But since the club owns Google and Google owns YouTube, it's real easy for him to do that. Take care.